Decorating my mantle in a seasonally appropriate fashion is not something I do on a regular basis, but inspiration struck and I am pretty happy with what I came up with. Hey everyone, it's Katie. I'm here for a totally unplanned video just showing you how my cinnamon dough garland turned out for my, I guess it's going to be our February mantle here. Like I said, I definitely didn't plan to make this a video at all, so I have not filmed like all my steps along the way, but I thought I would at least walk you through it because I'm really happy with the way it turned out, and I think you still have a little bit of time if you wanted to try to pull off something similar. So first off, the dough is cinnamon dough. I made salt dough in the past and had really bad results with it cracking in the oven or breaking from year to year, but I've only heard positive things about this cinnamon dough and it really being able to last. By the way, it also smells totally amazing. So the dough is just cinnamon and unsweetened applesauce. There's no flour, there's no anything else. It uses kind of a lot of cinnamon. So this is from Costco. I think this is honestly around $4.99 or something like that. And you need a cup and a half for the recipe. There was more than enough in here. Also, if you can get spices in bulk, that's gonna, save you a lot of money. It's not gonna be expensive, especially for something like ground cinnamon. But if you try to go to the store and just get those little bottles, it might add up. This unsweetened applesauce at Aldi was under $2, and then of course we have the whole rest of the jar just to eat. I'll link to the specific recipe that I used for the amounts and stuff, but you just mix it by hand in a bowl and spread it out. When you roll it out with your rolling pin, I recommend putting plastic wrap on both the rolling surface and then separating your rolling pin from the dough because it is sticky. I think it can also stain the wood if you're using a wooden rolling pin. But so plastic wrap on either side of the ball and you just roll until it's a 1/4 of an inch thick. And then just use a cookie cutter. I used this one that's really special to me because it was my grandmother's. It's from the 40s or 50s, but I just love it. This is what my shapes turned out like. I used a straw to poke out the holes that I was going to be threading my ribbon through. And I used these IKEA straws that are, you're not really going to be able to tell, I don't think, but they are smaller in diameter than typical drinking straw. After you've cut your shapes, you transfer them to a parchment-lined cookie sheet. And again, the plastic wrap helps it kind of lift it up and kind of get your hand under because it is a delicate dough. So transferring from the rolling surface to the cookie sheet is a little bit tricky. I sacrificed a few, but I just rolled my dough out, again and again and again, and nothing changed with the dough. The last batch of it, the last roll was just as good as the first one, you know what I mean? And then you bake them in the oven at a really low temperature. I want to say it was 200, and it took, I think, maybe 3 hours. It made my whole house smell amazing while they were baking. And I just kept checking them every hour or so and using a spatula to flip them over. Basically, you just want to evaporate out any moisture. So these are completely firm, dry, and so I would flip them, and if it felt damp still from the applesauce, then I would just put them in for more time. And finally, they were completely dry, and I just let them cool overnight, and then the next day they were ready to work with. To string up my little hearts, I just use inexpensive ribbon. This is 100% polyester. 3/8 of an inch wide ribbon that's satiny on one side and doll on the other. I used just regular Scotch tape to kind of make a needle. So I just took the end of the ribbon and as tightly as I could rolled some Scotch tape around it, which made it so much easier to thread into the cookie. Ta-da! If you notice on mine, I decided to put a bow on one of them, so for that I just double threaded ribbon, I just picked one of the other scraps that I had and threaded both through, and then just, use those sort of ends to tie the bow on that one cookie. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's it for my helpful hints. I know a lot of people use the cinnamon dough to make Christmas ornaments, and actually that's what I intended to do too. I just ran out of time in December. But now I'm really glad that I procrastinated because I think I might like this idea even better. I had a few of the little hearts left over, so I just hung them from our chandelier for our dining room table, because why not? They look kind of cute. So thumbs up for creative inspiration and for things that smell really good. Thanks for watching. See you soon.